Okay, so again, through this little research I've done, we come up with the Lydian pattern here. Okay, so we have the Mixolydian pattern, we have the Lydian, and we have the Ionian. Now, where are the others? Where are the others? We're going to look at the others. Hello. Where are you guys? There they are. Now, these are double patterns because in order to make a ramp, I got this idea from the violin, trying to play violin patterns on guitar before my violin came in the mail. And I found I had to go up and over, and it became like a ramp function. So here you can see with the C, I have all these little fruit flies flying around. They're after my drink. So with the C we have a Phrygian 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, we have our 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2, 3 Phrygian. With the 6 we have our Aeolian 6, 7 root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And with the 2 we have our Dorian 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2. The only other ones, we need the Locrian. So we got 7 root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2, 3, 4. That's our S4E. Starting on 7. This is our Locrian. Okay. The half diminished there. So now we have all 7 modes with the pattern. So if somebody says, would you play me a Dorian pattern? I'd go, okay. Can you play me a Phrygian? Can you play me a Locrian? Scale, rather. Can you play me a Lydian scale? Can you play me a Mixolydian scale? Can you play me an Aeolian scale? How about an Ionian? Okay, so we have patterns for each one of the modes. Now, each one of those notes, the short patterns come to play when we're looking at the long and short pattern stack that we had in the previous charts. Okay, let's not forget. So this is, by the way, the most recent chart. So let's not forget, we got our 3 long patterns and they lead into the other 4 short patterns. And here we've got Dorian, Aeolian, Phrygian, Locrian. We have Lydian, Ionian, and Mixolydian, all in one pattern. Okay, if you start from wherever you start, whatever string you start from, you get one of the 7 modes. Starting from the bottom, it would be got up there to the root there. Then on top of that would be just 2, 3, 4 up there. So that's the thing that I want to share with you guys. That I didn't want to do this 4 thing. It was like, oh, is that the key of B? Because E would be the 4th of B. Yeah, but how am I going to use it? And I finally figured out by making this long chord, this long ramp pattern here. Because I saw this guy on YouTube talk about, oh, don't go like this. Don't do that, he says. You should do this. And he starts going up in a ramp format, which is the same scale. So I decided, okay, well, let's look at that. So this is what I came up with up here. We got these guys up here. And this isn't easy. I was spending night and day Just kind of toying around with this stuff. So we can do along a ramp pattern. I figured it was best if we used double string shapes. So this would be the S1 CA. Now I can show you right here. I got some fretboard here. Here's your C, which is 3, 4, 5, and then the A would be 5, 6. So this would be 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're not going to double over to that 6 because it's a continuous pattern. It's not like overlapping the way we would overlap the 2 in an S3D or overlap the 5, 6 in an S3AXL, because it starts on 5, 6 and ends on 5, 6, right? So in the S3AXL, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, you know. But we don't want to do that. I don't want to overlap them. I wanted to have a continuous pattern. So we went with double string shapes, CA, and then we have a little method that we use. If we're going to do the double patterns, it goes C to A to E to D to A to G to D to C. So C to A, where's our C? Right here. 3, 4, 5, 6 to E, 7 root 2, 3 to E to D to ED. So it's CA 3, 4, 5, 6 to ED 7 root 2, 3, 4 to AG 5, 6, 7 root to E. From AG we go to DC 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we go to GE 7 root 2. There's a trick to that. Okay, and then 3, 4, 5, we go from E to C. But what happened to D? There's a trick to it. So I made a little circle here. In this case, X means skip a letter. Over here, X don't mean skip a letter. X means mix these two. It's like it's like mix those two. So it's like an AND function in digital. So both of these, you want both of these. You know, it's a superimposing of the 1, the 4, and the 5. So this box here, this say C box here, is a superimposing of the pentatonic C, E, and G. So the C goes, and the E goes, and the G goes, and then put them all together, you get that's what I mean by this banner represents the superimposition or the tri-pentatonic of the C box. Here X means skip a letter. So we start C, A, we've got a double string shape, and then we're going to skip G and go to E. Watch what happens over here with C and A. Okay, so the crux of what's going on here is C to A, skip the G and go to E. So A, skip G to E. You've got E is the 5th of A, and A is the 4th of E. Okay, so that's what's happening in this ramp. Now the easy way to look at it is from the C. It's a magical way you can look at it. From the C, you'll play right into the A, of course, but you'll go to the E shape, which is the 4th of that C shape. But what's really happening according to this stuff is that you go to the A, and then you go to the E, which is the 5th. So E is the 5th of that A. But as it turns out, the 5th of the 4th is the 4th of the 5th. It's easier just to start out and say, okay, start on a C to A. Now, what's the 4th of C? E. E to D. What's the 4th of D? G, right? So we go to G. Well, let's try that again. So now we're going to go to the, where are we?